Hello to the YouTube. This is a video response to the beginning of a debate with Christian32482. I hope I got that right. It's gonna be in the link, so don't worry about it. I'd first like to thank you, Christian32482. I'm just gonna call you Christian from now on. You know what I'm talking about. I really appreciate you taking the mantle, and I think we're both gonna enjoy this. I'd also like to say, in general, to the YouTube people, please, I noticed that he already got some 1 stars. If you just happen to be an atheist and you disagree with his point of view, that's not fair to give him 1 star. I found his initial response to be very honest and well thought out. I don't have a problem with it. So, in that vein, I don't think you should get a 1 star. I don't think that's very fair. Now, I'd like to say that I hope you believe that I was being, or I was not being dishonest when I said, I had saved my soul in the heading of the last video. Obviously, through YouTube debate, neither one of us are going to be persuaded to change our views on the universe. But I hope you thought that I was being honest in the sense where my intention is just to have a civil discussion, and I would say that I will consider this a success if by the end of the videos, or the end of the debate, the video debate, you can come to look at my position and see why I believe what I do, and say that, to me that's rational. While I don't believe in it, I can see why he would arrive to that end, and I think that that should also be your goal, where I can see the reason that you believe what you do. Maybe I don't agree with it, but I can say, oh, well, that makes sense to me. Okay, there are 2 things that I would like to know about the nature of your God, and I don't mean that in a condescending way. The nature of the God that you believe in is a better way to put it. Number 1, I know that you believe that God is your ultimate moral authority, but I would like to know, do you have a moral compass that you use for the rest of the world? I mean, beyond, it's not the ultimate authority, but can you assess the world around you and have your own opinion about it? I mean, is that possible, or is it in some way all derived from God? That's number 1. Number 2, can you know God's will? And I know that's a broad question, but I'll explain what I mean by it. If no other information is available, can you know God's intent? I guess is a better way to put it. Those 2 are just very important for a couple of different subjects that we might hit on our little journey. And very quickly, my views. I'll just, because it's very short. I make no assertion of there being any measurable gods, or I also do not make the assertion that there are no gods. I think people that make either one of those apparently know a lot more than I do. I do not know any sort of ultimate truth about the universe. All I know, or I believe, in fact, all I believe is that there is a universe, that we can observe matter, energy, processes of the universe, and make assumptions on what will happen next, and i.e. the universe is consistent. Okay, let me read off your first offered proof. 1 point of evidence for Christianity. And, spoiler alert, I'm not going to like the title. Number 1, this is called the fine-tuning argument. Recent discoveries in science tell us that at the beginning of the universe, the laws of the universe were hatched finely tuned. If they had only been slightly different, there would be no life on this planet. Because the universe had a beginning, as I established, this means that the laws cannot be due to necessity. Also, the multiverse theory has no evidence. Furthermore, Occam's razor would suggest that theism is simpler than the multiverse theory because of its one God versus infinite universes. So here are my problems with your proof. First of all, it's called 1 point of evidence for Christianity, where in nowhere in this proof do you ever say anything about Jesus or God. I mean, God in your sense of your God. So this could, even if it were true, it's equally as good a proof for the existence of Kronos, Zeus, Apollo, Muhammad, any god. So that's my first problem with it. The second problem with it is it uses Occam's razor, which I am too lazy to look up right now, but summarized, it says the most likely answer is the one that makes the fewest assumptions. Now, my problem with using Occam's razor as a proof is it just predicts the most likely, so it's it's not really a proof, but it's still useful. I still like the argument. But here's why I say that Occam's razor is firmly on the other side in this argument. Now both of us can agree that we are here, and here the two sides, you assert that we are here because it's God's plan, and I say we're here just through adhering to the laws of the universe. Now here's why you're making more assumptions. I'm saying we're here, and that is how it is, but I'm not saying we had to be here. Yes, there are a million other there's not even a number for it. So many other permutations, but it's completely irrelevant. You're the one, when you say that's random, so that means that it's less likely. I'm saying it's only in that sense where if you're trying to infer intent. You're the only one that's inferring intent. You're saying that we're here, and it's incredibly random that we're here. But you're saying that we're here because of a specific will making us here. That's far less likely. You're making far more assumptions, I guess, is a better way to put it, and then applying Occam's razor. And in my analogy that I thought of is if you had, let's say you have a bag of 100 marbles, and you overturn them, and if you think, how many different ways could 100 marbles spew out over the ground? It's tons of different, millions upon millions upon millions of different ways. And looking at it and thinking about it, you could say, you could observe the way that they fell that one time that you did it, and say, wow, there are millions of ways that this could have fallen, but it fell this specific way. What's more likely, that it fell that way, or that some sort of invisible force made them fall that one specific way instead of the other specific ways? So I've kind of given you a lot to go with here. I still need the two little clarifications about your view of God, if you remember from earlier in the video, and I've gone through this proof that you've given me. I know I said that we do the question back and forth, but just since it's the first one, I'm going to kind of see how this goes, and I'd like to hear your comments about what I had to say about your proof. And so either maybe you have another question for me about that, or maybe you have another question for me outright, or you can totally say, hey, jackass, balls in your court, I need a question from you, because that was the format. So I'll leave it up to you how you want to proceed from here, and hope you enjoyed it, and I'll look forward to hearing from you.